Hello, good morning, friends. I'm Narayan on the platform of the Citizen Academy, and also I'll discuss for the first class of sociology. Today's class is will be discuss meaning of sociology and the nature of sociology, and also decide of the scope of sociology and importance of sociology in our life. So I can be discuss of that class. First of all, what is the sociology? So I can the explain of the word of sociology. Is this word is introduced by August Comte. August Comte is the father of sociology in 1838. Introduced the word of sociology. And sociology word is a combination of the two word. And the we create our two language. First of socius, like as the Latin word is means is a society, and second is a logos. It's a Greek word. It means is a science. That's a word is the science of our society. Sociology. Sociology is the word or a terms of science of our society. Like that, how to explain of the meaning of sociology? Sociology is the scientific study of our society. Like that, scientific study of our society is that social relationship and the human behavior in a group, and also a via group or in a group. Like that, understanding how two people interact with one and another, how do people with the interact one and another, one people in the group, and to how to correlate, and the relation and the function of our society and the study of our society. Like that, how to a social structure, society will be create any structure, and how to create that structure, because the structure is because the structure are very meaningful in our society. So like as the families, schools, government, and religion, and many more, like at social organization, social institution, and many more structure is available in our society, and that structure is studied via sociology. Right? Shape behavior and how to society changes over time. After a time to time, society will be changes, and how to changes and how to change of our society, like as the family, compound family to a nuclear family, like a some traditional and some religion, and also many factor is available in our society, and society will be changes of time to time. That's a means of our sociology. And next is the definition, how to define a many scholar and the many socialists. What is the sociology? First, August Comte and the father of sociology, how to describe of our sociology? That's it. Sociology is a science of our society. Why August Comte? August Comte is the father of sociology. Next is a Kingsley Davis. Sociology is a general science of our society. General science, because sociology is a study of our society. That's it. Next is a sociology in the study of system of social action. How to action? Max Weber produced a three type of actions. Next is their interrelation and a correlation. This definition will be produced via Alex Ingalls. Next, nature of sociology. What the nature of sociology? First of, I introduce first. Sociology is a social science. This is a not pure science. It's a social science. How to interact of the person to person with the feeling, with the emotions, and with the religious caste, and many factors is the correlate or interrelate by the people to people and the people to study. So that's a sociology is a social science, because the develop of our society, and also every factor is be available of a society. So that is a sociology is a social science only, nothing for the special science or a core science, because some factor included in a science, like as a observation, like as a observation and the case study, and the many more of the research methodology and the science factor and the science method in use via sociology, but the only for the opinion of the social perspective, nothing for the deeply perspective. That's it. Next, study is a human society. Just sociology is the only for the study of human society, nothing for the animal society and any other society, right? Social relationship, how to relation will be created a human to human, human to institution, human to religion, human to caste, and many more other human related in any factor, any unit in available of our society. That's how to create a social relationship with a human to any other units in available of our society. Next, not a physical or the natural phenomena. This is only for the social phenomena, because the study of the human society, nothing for the natural society or a physical society. So deals with the people's interaction behavior, how to interact with the first of I can think so that person, and that person we will interact via society norms. That person is the introvert via the society norms and the value of the our society and the correlated of the available unit, like as the family and the family relation. What the relation? Because the every human being created the interaction process, and after for the interaction process human is created for the any relation with the help with the fulfill of our need. That's the relation. That's a relation. And how to interact for that relationship, that family and that norms and that religion and many more factor or units is created via human relationship and the behavior interaction process institution, like that the family, education and the religion. That's a factor or the unit of our available society. Next, sociology is a both theoretical and the empirical. What sociology nature is the both theoretical and the empirical. What empirical based on the observation or the research. Empirical thought is based only for the observation. Observe what the observation. Observation is the process of just you can see that with our experience, with our knowledge and many more, by creating a human being. And the research created for any new thought or the depend for the old thought and old communication, and the something changes with how to create a new and the how to modify for that situation or that unit. It's called the research. Next is a theoretical, aims worldwide the general ideas or a law about our society. How many laws is available of our society, like that the religions law, like that institution law, organization law, and human beings some created a norms. That's a society laws. Okay. Next, sociology is a dynamic. Sociology is a dynamic. How to dynamic? It's a study of the social change. Society will be accept or the changes, and the study of our society changes within. You can see that within many years, you can see that the situation, that the relationship, that the religion, but after for year to year, how to changes and how the procedure followed by the human beings and daily society will be changed after some time. That's the dynamic procedure. So how societies evolve over time to time, industrialization, globalization, modernization, the many procedure for the changing of our society, like that industrialization is a created or the establishment of any industry is process or industrialization. Globalization is the process of the manufacture of the global procedure. We can see that for the rural area to the global area and the global area to a rural area, that's a changes. That procedure is a globalization procedure. Next is the privatization, modernization is the process follow for the every human being just create a modern thought is like that a global thought, because that the world is the interconnected, that world is interconnected by the rural and why the urban and why the every geographically area with the thought, emotions and the modern technology. So that procedure is a globalization process, and that procedure is a globalized is the effect of our society, is the effect of our society, then be changes of our society. That's a dynamic procedure by the globalization. So sociology is a dynamic, right? Next is the sociology is a study of social relationship. Sociology is the study of social relationship. What the social relationship? Because the every human being does not exist without any communication and without any thought of exchange by a human to human. So human will be create a interaction process, and that interaction process human will be create any relationship. Just like that, you can see that first is a person, that's a person, like, and next is a B person, next is a C person, but that not any change of emotion, thought and an interaction process. So that person is the only for the physical elements, like is the materialism, but human is a non-material, because that include, yeah, emotions, thought and behavior and nature of every human being is a different nature of every person, every situation, and the feel via survive of our society. That's a this created by that, and this is a relation, this is a relation with created for the one person to another person. First of all, that person is a choose of the interaction, how to interact of person to person, because the based on our emotions, because our the need, and the person to person fulfill for the every need via society and the society norms. So that will be created as relationship with the person to person, because the society need and the person need many requirements, so that fulfill by a society or a human, so created a relationship of person to person. So that is a social relation. What next is it focus on how people related the each other, kaise how to relate, correlated or the people, because the every person is a different nature, pattern of social interaction process, how to interact, because the person to person interact. So why to interact and why to interaction process follow by the peoples, because the every person waste is a need, every need, every required. So that was created because one person you can bearing a cloth. So first of condition I can be created for on cloth, but this is not possible. So you can be go now, that person is a shopkeeper, that the create a relationship by, because the need of the kilo, right? So that is a main goal, because the pattern of interaction by the people to people in our societies. Next is for example the relationship between the teacher or a student, employee to a worker, like as the peoples to shopkeeper by the need of the kilos. So that will be created a relationship by a shopkeeper. Teacher will be created a relationship by a student, because the student need is a knowledge and the teacher produce of a knowledge. Next is a worker of a workers and the employees. Why? Because the need of work, because the need of work both are both directions. So ban be created of a correlation or the interaction process, an interaction process after to created a relationship, that's a social relation. So sociology is a study of social relation, how to create and why to create of the relation with that person to persons. Next, the scope of sociology include the study of the human society. Just sociology is a study only for the human society, not a natural society and the physical phenomena, nothing, just only for the human, because the human is available in our society mostly, because the language produced and the realization for the visualization via human, nothing for the animal, because the animal society is also available, because you can be see that the first animal you can be going out and the eat for the some eating, and after a day to day you can many animals is comes to the eating a food like that. So that are only for human study relationship via our sociology, social process and the social sense, something available for the many procedure, like as the social organization, disorganization, community committee, association. Many units are available, and that units is why creating a human being, and that's created a human being. The study of our sociology, that's the main fact of that, the study of our sociology. Next, there is a two main view. How to view or a perspective, just only for human perspective. And what the study of sociology was, so that first is a formal school study on the social relation. First is a study of social relation. There are two views mostly produced by a sociologist. First is a formal school, and second is a semantic school. So I can be explain the formal school study of social relation only. What person is a produced? So George Siemel is a produced as a social formal school founder, George Siemel. Next is supporter member or supporter scholarships. So Max Weber, Frederick, Tony's and Von Bees, some is a supporter of formal school. Next is a semantic school study of the society as a whole. Society does not a correlation. Society is a whole. So that's a semantic school produced by August Comte, father of sociology. Next is Emile Durkheim, Ginsberg, and the House. This is a co-founder of our that school. Next is, what is the importance of sociology? Because the main sociology is the study of our society. Man, very important of sociology in our society. How may be important? First of the something develop of sociological thinker, because the thinking is must be compulsory in our study. That thinking is a sociological thinking. So first is a develop of sociological thinking. How to create relationship, how to produce anything, things, how to thought, how to emotion, and how to create any relationship between the person to person. That's a thinking of sociology. And the sociology is may be important of our society, because the study of relationship, emotion, and some is a sociological perspective. That's a main important, help us the understanding of our society, because the how to realize, how to study of society, because the economical perspective is a decided, that's a creative economics. Political decided, that's a political perspective. But how to create, how to realize, how to study of social society, that's a perspective of a sociological perspective. So is a very important of sociology in our society. Next, help in understanding social institution. How to social institution? What is a social institution? Social institution is a perspective or a rules of our how to create a society and how to correlate it. Like there is a social institution, family. First of a family is a very important and a very primary unit of our sociology, our society. And because that's a production of a human being, that's a production of the human being, right? And every human being must be compulsory of our society, because the every relationship, every unit created by a human, so must be primary unit of family. And family is also an institution, because the follow some rules and regulation in our family. That's it. Next is promotes tolerance and understanding. Sociology increase understanding among a different culture, classes, group, and reducing the prejudice of the conflict. How to conflict realize? Conflict is a procedure of the achieving of any thought, any goal, and any matter, because the enemy is the born via our achieving a goal. Next is useful in the various positions. So that is my first class of sociology. You can be like that, like and share and subscribe my channel, like as a Surgeon Academy, and also connected my channel Surgeon Academy. Thanks for watching this video.